Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria if you are new. Today I'm going to be talking about the new Huda Beauty Naughty Nude palette as well as doing a look. This is the new Huda Beauty holiday palette. It retails for $67. So it comes with 18 shades and there's 5 different formulas in this. So it comes with 8 matte shades, 5 metallics, 3 multi-reflective marble creams, 1 matte marble, and then the 1 gloss. So this is supposed to be a reimagination of the new nude palette. And of course, the idea behind it is to be a more naughty version. So you have names of the eyeshadows like Untamed, Irresistible, Hypnotic, Desire, Provocative. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the swatches and then we'll get into the look. Before I get into the look, I'm going to show you how the slippery shade works, that gloss, and then I will give my thoughts on the palette afterwards. So before I get started on the look, I did want to show you the Sheer Pearly Gloss Hybrid, which is the shade Slippery. And I haven't seen many good reviews on this. So I'm just going to apply it. It says on the back to apply it. Yeah, it says to bare lids. So I've kind of started to break the little pearls that are in here to kind of get some of that color. And I know everyone is different, so every palette is different. So I do have some of the Urban Decay primer potion on my eyelid, but that's about it. Okay, so I don't hate it. I've seen some people mention that it's not really like a gloss, it's more of like a balm. So it's kind of like almost like Vaseline, if that makes sense. So I don't hate it. I do get the look, but it's something that I wouldn't probably reach for regularly. I don't know how long this would like stay this shiny. I feel like just based off the formula that it would get kind of matte eventually. I'm just gonna kind of play around with it, like some eyeshadow around it just to kind of see like how it would look. I'm using the shade Untamed. Probably should have started off with this one if I wanted to add the gloss. And I forgot to even mention the name. It's the shade Slippery. And I just don't know. Let's see, I'm gonna apply a little bit more. And I know a lot of people were uncomfortable with just how it looks. It can kind of trigger like your trypophobia if that's what you have. I do, but this for some reason just doesn't bother me. Again, like I said, I don't hate it. But I think if you really wanted like a glossy eye and wanted to go for that look, you could probably use something better. It is a really fun addition to this palette though, I'm not gonna lie. It's definitely unique. Okay, so I'm going to remove this and then I'm going to move on to the look that I had planned for this palette. So I am going to start off with that same Untamed eyeshadow that I just used. It is this matte purple. It's like a warm purple, and I absolutely love this color. I've only had one other eyeshadow like exactly like this, and it was in a Tarte palette. I don't even remember the name of the palette. So I bought that palette and I lost it, and I loved that palette so much that I bought it again. Unfortunately, I lost it again. And I don't know if I have it still. I think I haven't seen it. I think it's discontinued. So unfortunately, there is a little bit of fallout. So I'm just focusing that on the outer corner and working it into my crease. So to blend this out a little bit more, I'm going to use the shade Juicy, which is like this nude matte. Just going back in a little bit with Untamed. So for the lid, I want to use some of these marble shimmers. It says there are multi-reflective shimmers. So I'm going to use both the shade Provocative, which is like this pink gold purple, and this purple blue and pink marbled one. So I'm going to start with Provocative, and I'm just using my fingers for these. I'm going to start this one a little bit closer to the inner corner. I don't want to go too far in because I do want the main star of the show to be the Passion one, which is that blue and purple. This one is very pretty. I'm not really seeing like the multi-reflective, maybe a little bit, but the next one, Passion, I really do see all the different colors in here. Super pretty. So I'm going to use that for most of my lid. This one is a little bit of a softer shimmer. It's just more of a subtle shimmer. And I'm just kind of starting to blend that in to that Provocative. Now to deepen the outer corner, I'm going to take this darker matte purple. This one's a little bit more cooler. So I started off with this one, which is a little bit more warm. This one's a little bit more cool. Now for my inner corner, I'm going to use the shade Irresistible, which is like this pink shimmer. My brush is picking it up, but I want it to really pop, so I'm going to take some on my finger for this one. And that is like such a huge difference. Now for my brow bone, I'm going to take a tiny bit of the shade Shameless, which is another pink shimmer. It's a little bit lighter than Irresistible. Now I'm just going super lightly with my brush because I don't want too much. This one is very pigmented. Okay, so now I'm going to add a winged liner and do the other side as well as the rest of my face, and I will be right back to do the lower lash line. Okay, so for my lower lash line, I'm going to use the shade Untamed, which is that first one that I used, that matte purple. I'm also gonna go in with this pink, this really bright pink shimmer. This one is the shade Desire. So I'm starting off with Untamed. I'm gonna lightly start to blend that out under my wing. I forgot to mention I did clean up the eyeshadow that was underneath my wing when I was doing my concealer and foundation. Not going in with Desire. And picked up on my brush very well, so I might have to take a little bit on my finger, but I'm gonna try the brush first. So it's there, but I am going to take some on my finger. You can see it made a huge difference. I'm just taking a little bit more of that shade Irresistible that I used on my inner corners and kind of connecting it to my lower lash line. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of black eyeliner on my lower lash line. I'm actually going to kind of smudge that a little bit. Okay, now I'm just going to finish it off with the lashes. So for my lips, I'm going to use the shade Hot Toddy from the Too Faced Melted Matte Holiday Minis. It's like a mauve pink, and I felt like that would kind of tie in the purples and the mauve shades that I used. And I do want a little bit of a nude finish. So I'm going to take this NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade Abu Dhabi. I'm just gonna apply that on top. I like to apply this one or the shade London over any lipstick that I kind of want to tone down a little bit. And this is the finished look using the new Naughty Nude palette from Huda Beauty. I personally really enjoy this palette. I think it's fun. I think the little marble shades are really pretty. There was a bit of fallout again with that Untamed shade, but nothing too crazy. I did notice some fallout with one of the shimmers. I think it was the one that I used for my brow bone, which was Shameless. But I think that's mostly because I used a brush. I think for the most part you won't get a whole lot of fallout with the shimmers if you do use your fingers. I didn't notice any kick up in the pans, which is always a big plus for me. I don't like wasting product. The Slippery shade, I kind of already gave my thoughts on that one. It's not my favorite, but I don't think it's absolutely terrible. You don't get like a true glossy finish. It is more of like a balm. But again, I don't hate it. And I was kind of looking at the reviews of this on Sephora, and I noticed a lot of the people that were complaining about it have been longtime Huda Beauty customers. There have been quite a lot of palettes of hers with this kind of shade range. I only have one other one that's kind of like this, and it's the Sand Haze. So you can kind of see it is kind of like the same color family, and it is called Naughty Nudes or Naughty Nude, but I feel like you do get more of like those mauve tones, pink or purple. But then you also have that blue one, that blue multi finish that I used on my eyelid, which I think was a really fun little addition. It definitely stands out to me. So overall, I am very happy with this purchase. I think it's a really nice palette. There were just tiny little complaints with some of the shades. Overall, I am very happy with the formulas. I can definitely see myself reaching for this one on like a daily basis, just because the color story, like the mauves and the nudes, are kind of what I am comfortable with. And all of the shimmers in here definitely can add some fun to your daily looks. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think. If you guys are planning on picking this up, if you guys haven't already, or if you have, what are your thoughts on it? That is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.